Hey everyone. Wow, here we go. I don't know why I am like kind of nervous about this live tonight. Maybe because I'm going live with like so many other awesome leaders in my company, but I'm pretty excited about this. So, if you guys are watching the replay, thanks for tuning in. Hey, Erin. Hey, she's here. Okay, so what we're doing tonight is I had been planning, I think it was almost like, I don't know, several months ago, I did a live and just kind of told my whole story with direct sales, and the audio got messed up on it. It was like totally out of sync with the video and it was really annoying. So I was planning to redo it. And then at the same time, I was like, you know what? Like, I don't think everyone just wants to hear from me again. I think people like might be interested in some other stories too. Hey, Lauren. Okay, so I'm going to kind of tell my story and just kind of give y'all an update on how direct sales has been going for me so far and how I got into this. And then I have a few other ladies that are going to share their stories as well. Hey, Kim. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. My enroller is here. Yay. So I'm just going to jump right into it. I could see this going long, so I'm going to try to be kind of quick about it. But I'm Erin Blair Gobin, and I am one of the founding beauty guides with Limelight by Alcone. I think I was around number 200, and the first in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And the company is now, I don't even know how many we have, but I know it's well over 20,000 now. So yeah. So it's just blown up, and I never, ever expected it to be where it is today. I'm coming up on I'm a little shy of 3 years now. It was, I think in April of 2015 that I joined. Hey, Tara. So, so here's the deal. Okay. So I'm coming from the perspective of a professional makeup artist. Okay. I've been a pro makeup artist since about 2004, and that was when I very first started. Hey, Chelsea. I very first started in 2004 as a pro makeup artist, and I started helping out a friend. I mean, it started off very simple. I started helping out a friend on weekends, started to learn artistry from her, and then as the years went by, I started taking it more and more seriously until at one point I was like, you know what? Like, it's going to be my career. Like, I'm going to be a makeup artist. I was also a marketing manager in corporate America and doing artistry on the side. Am I good? Have I frozen or anything? Oh, tomorrow is your 3-year. That's so awesome, Kim. I didn't know that. Happy anniversary. So anyways, I'm going to try to not get distracted by the comments, you guys. So sorry, I'm just going to slide y'all away. I'm sorry. I'll check back later. But I get really distracted. So anyways, I was a pro makeup artist and very proud of the company that I had built. We focus on bridal artistry. We also do other things. And I had a team, and I still do. I have right now a team of about 12 total artists, and we do several weddings every weekend. We're considered one of the best bridal teams in Dallas-Fort Worth. Very proud of that. Like, you know, it was very successful, and it's, I mean, such a fun job to make girls feel pretty on like their most special day. And so yeah, I was just rocking that business and perfectly happy with it. And then it was actually when one of my the artists on my team, Shanna, who also happens to be my husband's little sister, side note, she told me, like, I feel like we're missing such an opportunity by not having any kind of makeup to retail. Like, we don't have any lipsticks we can retail or anything. Like, I feel like, you know, and she was like, I think I'm going to sign up for this other direct sales company just so we at least have like lip glosses we can sell, if nothing else. And I was just like, oh God, like, no. Like, please do not sign up for a direct sales company. That's a terrible idea. Sorry guys, I'm getting some notifications. You know, those aren't pro makeup companies, and we are a professional artistry company, so we cannot retail a non-pro line. Like, no one would take us seriously. I was just like, no one will take us seriously anymore, you know? Like, we just can't do that. That doesn't fit in with our image. And around that same time, I'm so sorry about, I don't know if y'all can hear that, but I'm getting lots of messenger notifications and I have no idea how to mute it. At the same time, I was starting to hear in some like pro makeup artist Facebook groups, a couple of people had mentioned something about Alcone had come out with this line called Alcone at Home. So I just kind of like seen a couple of mentions of it, and I was like, I heard something about Alcone is doing something. Maybe we should look at that, because that's at least that's a pro artist company. So those of you that don't know, I would say this is how I describe it. But Alcone is kind of like a Sephora for professional makeup artists, and they have been around since the 50s. Like, they have been around for over 60 years. They have a retail store in New York, and they carry only the best of the best professional makeup brands, and they're very well known, very well respected in the pro makeup artist community. If you happen to be a pro makeup artist in New York, that's probably one of the places you go to pick up things for your kit. And it's also where makeup artists in New York were sending their clients to pick up things when they were like, I love this foundation, where can I get it? So the artists say, oh, go to the Alcone store and tell them this is what you need. And so Alcone just recognized this opportunity that, makeup artists don't really have a good way to retail pro products. So they were looking to do some kind of referral program, or come up with something that would kind of fill that void. And that is how it started. And what they did is they partnered with the best of the best pro makeup manufacturers and brands. And they literally approached, for example, our CMA, and said, hey, we would like to use your foundation formula in our line. And so our CMA said, okay. And which is crazy, because I just don't think anyone else could have ever pulled that off besides Alcone. But they had been around for so many decades, and they're a family-owned business, and they know everybody, and they just had those relationships in place to make that happen. So they literally curated this line of makeup that was the best of the best products from their store. It was we want this concealer and this foundation and this setting powder, and they put together kind of like a dream line of makeup. So I asked someone, I saw somebody had mentioned it, and so I sent her a private message, and I was like, hey, tell me more. What is this? And she told me they've put together these brands, and it's you can sell it to your clients. And I was like, that sounds good. And so I was interested in signing up. So I literally went to the website, and I sent, and there was, this is so early in the process. The website didn't even really have, I think it just had an email address. So I sent an email, and I got an email back from Michelle Millardy Gay that said, hey, are you available right now? I'll give you a call. So she called me, and I chatted with her on the phone for a little bit. And I was and the thing I was most interested in as a pro artist, and I can tell you from the other pro artists that I have brought on to Limelight to do this with me, whatever they're all interested in knowing is what is this makeup? Which brands are you using? And what is this? Which eyeshadow, which blush? And she just gave me the whole rundown, and it was all pro brands, everything I was familiar with, most of which I was already using in my kit. So I was like, okay, sounds good. And I signed up. So that is how I heard about it. And I basically decided to join so that I would have a way of retailing some makeup to my customers. I had also just moved into a new studio that had enough space for me to do small classes and lessons. And I knew it wouldn't make sense for me to do classes and lessons if I didn't have a line to sell, because then I'm just making a shopping list for people, and they don't, quite frankly, no one wants that. I had done it before, and I'm sending people away with this list, and they're like, okay, so I have to go where to get this and where to get that, because most of the stuff wasn't even sold in department stores. It was well, go to this website for this product and this website, and this is a Canadian brand. It was just, they were okay, you don't just have something you can sell me right now. So anyways, that was the plan. I was I'll start doing some lessons. I'll have some pro makeup I can sell, which is great. And I'll sell lip products to my brides. Cool. And I thought I might make, I don't know, $50 a month. I seriously didn't even, that just wasn't a big factor in it for me. I wasn't really in it for the money. I figured any money I made was better than the amount of money I was making retailing makeup before by sending people to the Mac store or to Sephora to buy stuff, so which was $0. So I was like, any amount of money I make is better than what I make now. So I was just like, cool. I was just planning to like fit it into the business I already had. So anyways, what has surprised me, I guess, is learning that it could become such a game changer for my career. That I did not expect. And I never expected the company would get this big either. Like, I mean, I was just by myself in Dallas, and I quickly like got a few other girls that I did makeup with to join me, and we were just rocking this by ourselves for a while, and it's just completely blown up. So I guess like the one turning point for me was when I did a household budget, and I sat down and was like, okay, like it's time to revisit the budget, you know, like let's just say that's not my strong point, like setting a budget and actually sticking to it. So every once in a while I've got to kind of sit down and like start over. Trying to get better about that and just not having to start over. But I was sitting down and I was like, okay, like I'm not going to like look at how much money we have and start subtracting things. I'm just going to put in the categories what I would like to spend, and let's see where we're at. But I was like, ideally, I want to be putting this much money a month in a vacation fund, and I want to put this much money a month into a college fund for my kids. And I added up all the numbers and kind of looked at how much money my husband and I had been bringing in. I realized we're about $1,000 a month short of just kind of those baseline goals, which were very moderate goals. Like they weren't like huge outlandish. It was just like, I'd like to put a couple of $100 a month here, a couple hundred there, you know? And I was just like, so instead of being like, well, where can I cut in the budget? I'm more the personality to say, well, how can I make $1,000? Because I'm not willing to cut any of these things. So I went to one of my upline leaders, and I said, is it possible to make like $1,000 a month doing Limelight? And at this point, I'd probably been at the company 6 months or so. And she was like, yes, it is. So then I started to become a little bit more motivated because now I had a goal. And once I actually started prioritizing Limelight a little bit more and putting it more to the forefront, my paychecks completely blew up. And I was very surprised to find a few months later that my Limelight paychecks were equal to what I was making in my bridal artistry business, and have since surpassed what I make in my bridal artistry business. And I mean, I was doing well. Like, I mean, it was a comfortable, I'm not going to say it was like, making, millions of dollars or anything, but I was like, we have a comfortable life, and it's modest, but comfortable. And, I was doing just fine. And I was very shocked to basically be able to double my income with Limelight. But that didn't happen until I kind of got over the whole direct sales stigma, because at first I was terrified of talking about the products at all, especially not on social media. I just thought people would be like, oh, well, she's clearly not a pro makeup artist anymore. She's just selling stuff. And I just thought people wouldn't view me as a pro anymore. And it was actually Kat Aragon, who is one of my upline leaders, and she is just a way bigger deal of a makeup artist than I will ever be. And she has a lot of pro artists on her team. She was one of the people that really pulled in a lot of the pro artist community to Limelight. And she just kind of laid it on us and said, you guys, like, get over yourselves. Like, I have not lost a single celebrity client because I retail makeup. Like, you have a mindset issue. You're living in fear and scarcity and not having an abundance mindset. And you are so scared that people aren't going to take you seriously anymore, that you're missing a huge opportunity, and you're forgetting you're actually offering something of value to people. Like, these are pro products that you believe in. Like, people want that. You're adding value. Like, you're not going to not be taken seriously when you're retailing pro products. So I just took a leap of faith. I just put my trust in her, and I believed her when she said that. And I just started putting myself out there and started actually sharing the products with my network and my customers more. And that's when things really changed for me. So, so it's just been quite a ride, and it's not over yet. I've reached, like, star director status, which is one level from the top of the compensation plan, and we're going global this year. We actually just had like an opportunity, well, not an opportunity call, but we had like a call with our CEO Michelle today, and she presented the whole plan for going global. And I had in my mind, you know, I knew we were going global, and I was completely thrilled to maybe be going to 2 or 3 countries this year. You know, I thought Canada for sure. I know we're going to Canada, maybe UK, and I had heard something about maybe Brazil. But then she just rattled off 17 countries on the call today, all in rapid succession of one another. And I mean, I think everyone's heads are spinning and minds are completely blown. So, okay. Am I still here, guys? Okay, good. Okay, so I went through that pretty fast. I didn't want to go too long on that, but if you guys have any questions, I can just tell you, if you are a pro artist that is considering this opportunity, I guarantee you, I know what your biggest hangup is. Your biggest hangup is that it's direct sales, that you don't like selling stuff, and that you feel like if you're a pro artist, no one is going to take you seriously if you are partnering with a direct sales brand. But I am just here to tell you, I was in the exact same place, and that has not been the case for me. I literally have in my inbox right now, I think 8 bridal artistry contracts to sign that have just come through in the past couple of days. Like, I am booking more weddings than ever. And my brides love the makeup, and so do the rest of my friends and family. Like, they absolutely love it. They all tell me this is the best makeup they've ever used, because it's professional grade quality. We are totally, yeah, Kim, thank you. We are different. We are. There is no other company like this. Like, it is a brand. Alcone is a brand that has been around for over 60 years in the pro makeup artist community. So it's like, it's kind of a startup because it's new and exciting. We've only been around for 3 years, but it's not. We've really been around for 60 years, and we know exactly what we're doing. So it's like the best of both worlds. Okay, I am going to invite someone else on. How do I do this? Okay, Erin Shelby, you're up next. Let's see how this goes on. Oh, I feel like I rushed through that a little bit, but if anyone is watching this, especially if you're a pro makeup artist and you have fear about doing something like this, please talk to me. I promise you, it is the best decision I've made for my business. If you're someone that, like, you're business minded, girls, like I said, I've more than doubled my income from doing this. It's like a brainer.
Oh my gosh, sorry about that.
No, you're good.
I forgot to flip my phone, but we are good now.
Okay, awesome. So I'm turning up my volume so I can hear you. Okay, awesome. So now this what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring on the other girls one at a time, and we're gonna talk to everyone. So this is Erin Shelby.
Hi.
Introduce yourself.
Yeah, so all girls named Erin are awesome. So that's true. We just got to put that out there. Yeah, I'm Erin Shelby, and I am also a star director, just like Erin. And I kind of come from the background where I've been with other direct sales companies in the past. Okay. And so I have experience elsewhere in the industry, so I can totally agree with what you guys were talking about, saying we are different. It is a completely different world over here in like all the best ways possible. And so, you know, I've been with 2 other companies, and I, you know, in the company that I was with just prior to coming to Limelight, and I've been with Limelight now for about 18 months, 19 months, something like that. But the company I was with, you know, I had success there, and I thought I was going to be there for the long haul. But, you know, I kept seeing Limelight kind of pop up on my news feed on Facebook, and, you know, I was following various leaders with Limelight, and it was always kind of in the back of my mind. So, you know, I always kind of looked at it, I always thought, oh, the packaging's so pretty, the
It
palettes
is.
are just gorgeous, and it just seemed like such a classy company in general. While at the same time, the company I was with, we were experiencing poor product quality, and we were experiencing feeling like we weren't being paid our worth, and we were experiencing also feeling like the corporate team was not really listening to us. We didn't have a voice in our businesses. So there was a lot of uncertainty at that company that I was with, and so that caused me to dig deeper with Limelight. And I'm going to tell you guys, I am a total green personality. I'm green and red, but my green does definitely shine through.
Okay, so red is like when you're, maybe we should explain that.
Yeah.
I'm a red personality with a green, with a little green streak. But yeah, that red is like real, like driven, like business, money kind of driven, and green is like analytical, details, numbers. Yeah.
And
That's
so,
a
you know,
real
there's
quick
quizzes.
summary.
If you don't know, anyone watching, if you don't know what your personality color is, just do a Google search. There's various different quizzes you can take to figure it out. And basically every different questionnaire I've done on this topic, I've come out totally equal with red and green. So, you know, I'm totally goal driven, and I, you know, want to achieve major things, but at the same time, I research the crap out of everything. Okay, so you better believe that I researched Limelight extensively, we'll say.
Awesome.
So the things that I talked about that were kind of issues at my previous company, those areas I went into depth with for my research for Limelight. So, you know, the first thing, product quality. And I wanted to make sure that, you know, if I left where I was, you know, where I was established and I had a team of, you know, about 130 people there.
Wow.
And I wanted to make sure if I left that I was going to a place where I wasn't going to have to experience that same problem. So, you know, I found the product quality to be phenomenal, just amazing. And then the next thing about being paid our worth. So I will admit, even though I feel like I am well versed in compensation plans in this industry, the Limelight compensation plan, when I first looked at it, was kind of over my head. And the more I dug into it, the more I realized that that was actually a good thing, because that means that we're getting paid in many different ways. And it really, you know, once you kind of start building your team and taking off, it really multiplies. So I had to kind of wrap my mind around that, and that was the hardest part for me because it was so intricate.
Yeah, that's so different for me because like I didn't even look at it at all. I was just like, okay, there's like 20% commission. Sounds good. Like that's more than I make now, which is 0% commission. So I'll take it.
Right. And it's totally different. You're coming from, you know, making a commission and, you know, having a team and making a commission off of them. Yeah. I tried to like plug my numbers that I was experiencing at my old company. And this is something that a lot of people do when they're considering switching companies. I know that for a fact.
Did you do a YouTube video on that?
I did. I think I did have it on YouTube. There's a couple different versions.
That was you. I've seen that video. Okay. Yeah, y'all need to go watch it. I'll find the link.
Yeah, I don't even know if I can find the link right now. But I know this is something that people do, and it's honestly, it's very hard to plug numbers from another company into our compensation plan because it is very intricate and there's so many variables. So it's kind of like comparing apples to oranges. But I will tell you this, if you want this for comparison's sake. Like I said, I had a team of 130, I think it was like 131 at my last company. In my first full month here at Limelight, I had about 20 people on my team. And I was making the same amount that I was making with a team of 130 after building that team for a year. So I didn't have any, I was terrified to like go months without that income, but I didn't have that issue. And it was like, finally I was being paid my worth. And then of course it's just gone up since then. And then the last category that I was concerned about was actually having a home office team that was going to listen or even care about us. And I can't even explain the relationship that we have with our home office team as beauty guides. Like, I feel every day like I am a partner and in business.
Can I tell you a story?
Yeah,
I sent an email to our CEO yesterday about the price of one of our Valentine's collections. And as soon as I got, yeah, that was me. As soon as I got on my email today, they had changed the price of it. And because I was like, I don't think this is right. I feel like it's like the savings does, like what you're saying the savings is, I don't think it adds up. So can you clarify it? And like, they just changed the price instantly. And she was like out of town and like preparing for this huge international launch meeting today. So I did not expect her to even read the email, let alone like implement that. So, I mean, they listen to us.
Truly, truly amazing. Like, I've gotten personal emails from her before, like where I haven't even, instigated the email chain. Like, she's emailed me about something that she saw on Facebook or whatever.
Wow.
So it's, I absolutely do feel like, oh God, I can't even explain how our relationship is like very much a partnership. And, they realize, and I think that a lot of direct sales companies fail to realize that without their representatives, without their consultants, they are nothing. Like, we are the heartbeat of the company. And they truly treat us that way. So, since I've come here, like I said, I've been here about 1.5 years now. Gosh, I can't believe it's been that long. It feels like it's just been so exciting. It's gone by so fast. But, since then, I've been able to buy a brand new car because I earn a monthly car bonus. I've earned all expenses paid trips. I've earned enough money to be the only provider for my family of 5.
Whoa, that's amazing.
That's a big deal to me because I'll tell you this much, at my previous company, I'll be very honest. When I was working with my previous company, we were on food stamps. We were not in a good place financially, but I would say about 3 months after joining Limelight, like, we no longer qualified for food stamps, and we were doing really well. And so it's completely changed everything, even coming from another place where I was considered one of the top leaders at that company. My paycheck there did not reflect it. And it was still tough to leave because of the uncertainty and feeling like I was leaving my team and things like that. But I can tell you that risk has paid off a bajillion times. Like, I can't even describe how much my life has totally changed. I mentioned that I was able to get a brand new car. The vehicle I was driving before that had over 200,000 miles on it. And one day I picked my daughter up from school. I was probably about 8 months pregnant at that time. And it was winter, freezing outside. My car broke down in the middle of an intersection, and we had to wait to get towed. It was awful. I feel for anyone who has gone through that type of struggle, and now, like, I don't have to worry about that kind of stuff anymore.
I know, it's crazy how you take reliable transportation for granted until you don't have it.
Yeah.
So you are like full-time direct sales. So you're full-time. And do you have little kids at home with you too?
Yes.
So
I
are you
have
like
3
working
kids.
at home?
So I've got a daughter who is 7. She's in 2nd grade. And then I have a 1-year-old and a newborn. So we've got our hands full over here. Lots of diapers and lots of formula.
Okay, so I'm curious, like, how are you fitting Limelight into your day? Because you have all these kids, you're like a stay-at-home mom. Like, how do you work the business? That probably looks different for you than it does for me.
Yeah, I shouldn't say never, but I very rarely have like hours at a time to sit down in my office. This is my office here. But I don't have, like 4 hours, 5 hours, whatever, to sit down and work like as if I was working a 9 to 5. I fit in, 15 minutes here when I'm feeding the newborn a bottle, or, at nap time, I will do maybe a training for my team, or, it's always in chunks of time. So, 10 minutes here, 15 minutes there, half hour there, etc. And to have that freedom where I'm like completely in control of my schedule. I shouldn't say I am in control. My babies are kind of in control of my schedule, but I have that freedom where I can put them first. But like I said, I still make enough money to fund this family. And that's kind of like the ultimate freedom. And it's just, it brings such peace to me, as just to be able to do that. Thanks,
That's
Marcy.
awesome.
Marcy and Jennifer. Hey girls, they're in my down line. I'm so glad.
Awesome. I love that. Yeah, my kids are a little older. They're 6. Well, how old are they again? They're 5 and 7. Hold on, he's not 6 yet.
Oh yeah,
but yeah, so they're in school. So I'm very much trying to like get everything I need to get done while they're in school every day. But since I also still have the bridal business, so like today, I had an appointment at my studio, and then I went grocery shopping on the way home, and then I came here and like sat down for a training and went to pick them up, and then I, it's just kind of the same thing. It's tough.
I mean, it is, but it isn't. Like, to me, it's so easy to fit this into things that I already do. I can fit Limelight into a normal everyday conversation. The other thing is, we have the advantage where we are literally a walking billboard. People compliment my lip color and I get to tell them about it. Like, that's not difficult.
Yeah.
That's quite fun to talk about makeup, but it's, honestly, it's fun. Let's be real. We're not solving the world's problems here. We are playing with makeup and skincare. Like, this
and
is
making
fun
girls
stuff.
Feel pretty. I love it.
Yes, this is fun. So, I just feel like if it's something that you want to fit into your life, you can do that. Yeah.
Just fit it in the nooks and crannies of your day.
Yes, exactly.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, is there anything else like that you want to share?
It's just I can't even put into words like how thankful I am to be able to do this. And before I started my first and honestly, I started my first company in direct sales kind of as a kidnapper. I was never intending to do it, but it kind of just happened. People wanted to buy stuff from me and join my team and things like that. So I was like, okay, well, let's look at this. But before that was kind of like you, where, I was like, oh, I would never do direct sales. Like, don't, like, I had such a negative feeling about it. But it's honestly, I cannot imagine going back to like the corporate world or working in an office. Like, now that's what gives me that feeling. Like, I just feel like, I can't do that. But and I want to kind of put this out there too, that a lot of people will say, oh, I wish I could do what you do, but, you know, I've got so much anxiety, or, you know, I deal with depression, or I deal with this and I deal with that. But I'm going to tell you guys, and I'm very open about this, that I have horrible anxiety. I have depression. I've had it basically my whole life. It's managed now, but, you know, it's something I always have. And honestly, being in this type of business has helped my mental health more than anything. So I just kind of wanted to throw that out there, that if that's what you feel is a reason why you can't do this, it's the opposite. It has helped me tremendously to be able to focus on something other than my anxieties, or to focus on something other than depression holding me back.
Well, and there's a huge emphasis on wellness at this company too, you know?
Yeah. And personal development is huge here. And it's something that they at home office or at corporate, I feel like they prioritize that stuff even more than sales and recruiting. So it's a whole lifestyle change that is so positive. It's so positive, no matter where you're coming from. If you're coming from, you know, makeup artist, if you're a stay-at-home mom, if you are coming from a different company, no matter, you know, what your background is, like that, you know, our culture of positivity is just kind of life-changing. It's just, I can't describe it. You really can't describe it unless you've lived it.
Unless you're in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the mission is literally to empower women. And
right.
I mean, we had a training the other day that was on servant-based leadership versus ego-based leadership. And that one training, I was like, I never received a training this good in my entire 15 years of corporate America. Like, I was like, that was so good. Like, I mean, the personal development really is amazing. Like, I feel like it's worth joining just for, like, you feel like I get free life coaching.
Totally. No, absolutely. I completely agree with that. And it's, you know, I used to be so negative and like, just like not happy, you know, if I'm being honest. And I'm just like, I love waking up in the morning now, and I love thinking about working my business and what the day is going to bring. Whereas, you know, if I'm being honest, before some days it was just hard to get out of bed. Like, I don't have that heaviness anymore. It's just totally, everything has changed, you know, financially, emotionally, mentally, everything. So that's all I want to share.
Thank you, Erin. All right. All right. I'm going to bring Lauren on next. So thanks for coming.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks for having me. Good night.
Okay. Let's see. Lauren, are you ready? Here comes Lauren Yoakum is coming up next. I love reading these comments too. Everyone that's kind of had the same impact.
Hello.
Hey, Lauren.
How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for jumping on. All right, girl, tell us your story.
Well, okay, this is odd. I'm trying to figure out where to look on here. Okay. So,
I know.
my name's Lauren Yoakum, and I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. And I have been with Limelight just a little over a year now. I'm in month 13 now, and just can't believe how fast this has flown by. And this is my very first go at direct sales. I am full-time pharmaceutical sales and have been doing that for about 15 years now. So I had, and I guess, you know, throughout my career, I've been with some medical device companies and different pharmaceutical companies along the way. And then a couple years ago, I decided to take a little different route because some of the companies I was working for, you know, my territory got to be very big, and we ended up with two precious little boys, and I wanted to be able to have some flexibility in my schedule and be able to do the things that I had always wanted to as a mom, because that was my first job for sure. So, so that is still full time for me. I'm now working for a pharmacy, that I sell their compounded medications for, and I absolutely love what I do in that realm of the business too. So I'm very fortunate that I love Limelight that I do every day, as well as getting to work for this amazing pharmacy. So, so it's great.
Awesome. That's so
Yes.
cool. So you're getting to do both. So how did you hear about Limelight and what made you decide to look
Yeah.
at this company?
Well, it was one of those things where I was just scrolling Facebook last December, and my upline, her name is Brittany Cobb, and she's now a senior director. Right after a year, she hit senior director, which is so awesome. I started watching her post. I know she's a rock star, and I became very intrigued with this company. First of all, I'd never heard of Limelight by Alcone, and I decided to really kind of watch what she was doing and research the products and then try the products. Everything was so different with this professional aspect. I tried their concealer, which was the first product I used of theirs, and I mean, it was life-changing for me because I had never found a concealer that worked the way it did. And, I just loved how professional this company was and the research I did. The clean lines with the beautiful black and white packaging, to our logo with the cute little L. I mean, everything was just so modern and crisp and professional, and I love that aspect of it. And I have to say that I had never, done direct sales before, and I really had never thought about it. I was kind of like you and Erin, never really thought about doing that or really wanted to. And, I thought, what do I have to lose? Really and truly, I'm very driven and I'm very goal oriented, and I felt like if I totally set my mind to this, that I could do this 100%. So I decided to sign up December 27th, and I can't believe all that has happened in a short year.
Wow. That's so
Yes.
cool.
It's exciting. It
So,
really is. Just I just fell so in love with this company because of the vision and just the way that you guys were talking about, just the professionalism and how we empower others on a daily basis. And what we do is we make people feel beautiful, make their, just everything about this company is really just incredible.
yeah, it's like we're in the business of self-confidence. I love it.
We really are. And, I feel like it's boosted my confidence so much. Last week I had a meeting and I spoke in front of over 200 people. And, last year at this time, I think back to who I was, and I would have absolutely been terrified. I, just like both of you guys, I have some anxiety, and I, was terrified to do a live video at the very beginning of this journey. And now, getting up in front of 200 people, I didn't even think twice about it. So I feel like in every aspect of my life, especially, work, I'm going into physician offices every day, and a lot of times I'm doing cold calling, and, I'm going to get some no's here and there along the way. And now, if somebody tells me no, my feelings aren't hurt. I don't beat myself up about it. I mean, I really feel like I have gained so much self-confidence in this. I mean, it really and truly enhances so many things in your life. I mean, it's really and truly just incredible.
That's awesome. So so you're someone that works full-time and does Limelight.
Yes.
So how do you fit it into your day? Because I always hear all the time, like, people just don't think they have the time and, can't add another thing.
Exactly. And I get that question daily. People are like, how in the world do you balance all of this? And I have to be very organized first and foremost. But I have to say that just like you guys were talking about, this is so doable. If you put your mind to this and really want to carve this out in your life, you can do this. And so what I do really is I know the different times of the day where I will have my Limelight time. And, with that being said, I'm in my car quite a bit, going from physician office to physician office, which is a good time to chat with my teammates, to really kind of goal set and to think about, different trainings I want to do within my team. And, things like that. I just feel like I have a lot of time in my car, which allows that. And then I come home and it's family time until bedtime. And maybe here and there I'll answer a couple questions or, do a couple things Limelight related. But then I devote, after my children go to bed, I do Limelight and then have some time with my husband, just to be able to catch up through after our day. So what I love too about Limelight is they emphasize collaboration. And what is great about that is the fact that I have a team page. My team, our team now is 515 people as of today. So
Wow.
it's so exciting. It's growing like crazy. But what we've done is 3 other executive leaders and myself, we have a team page that we collaborate with each other. So we have different days throughout the week where we do trainings, and that really and truly helps. Our teammates are getting the best of all these different worlds and different perspectives from beauty guides who have been super successful. And we have this great group of people. And the trainings that Limelight offers, even outside of us doing our trainings, the group that we have is called the Fempire, which is the cutest name ever. I just love the creativity that this company has. But it's great because they offer us so many different types of training where you feel your cup is definitely full as far as the training goes. So it's nice to be able to collaborate and have help along the way, because it takes a village. It really and truly does.
Yeah, well, I mean, just us doing this video together today is like another example too. I mean, we're all on different teams, so
Right.
this collaboration is another example, but it is awesome. I mean, we have a great group for the executive leaders, and there was a thread the other day, like, just post what you're good at so that, if someone else's team needs help with that subject, we can pull you in. And I mean, we're all willing to help each other. It's not competitive at all here.
Yes.
Which I didn't come from direct sales. I didn't even know that was a thing. That I was like, oh, is this unique? But apparently it is.
Totally. Well, the industry that I come from is very cutthroat and it's very competitive. There's lots of pressure, and what I love about this is so different. Now, the company I'm with now, the pharmacy, it's a lot different than the huge pharmaceutical companies I was with in the past, but it was so high pressure and so competitive that this is just like a whole nother world to me. It's amazing that something like this even exists. Sometimes I feel like I need to pinch myself and ask, is this real life? Because it's so incredible. It's just this amazing support system and cheerleading squad of people just helping each other along the way. And that's my favorite thing about this. What I have really loved the most about this is just seeing women and men in this company grow on a daily basis, and just their self-esteem and their confidence in themselves. I mean, it's just life-changing. It truly is. My life has been changed in hundreds of ways in just 1 year. I just want to scream it from the mountaintops that this is so much more than makeup, and just everything that you can think of that you need in your life, you can get with this amazing company.
Yeah, I totally agree. So I wrote down what was like the thing that surprised you the most? So
Yes.
is that the collaboration? Did you already answer your own question?
What I love too, I went to Palooza in Austin, Texas this past summer. And what was so cool to me is, a lot of us went into this thinking, oh, we're going to be getting trained on how to apply makeup. And it was nothing like that. It was us going in and having Oprah's life coach, Martha Beck, and then having health and wellness coaches helping us understand how we can be the best physically, emotionally, mentally. It's all about starting with us and taking good care of ourselves. And this company just focuses so much on being the best you, and then helping everybody else along the way. So that is what has surprised me the most, is really and truly just, this uplifting, positive vibe that just radiates within Limelight, and the beautiful people that just make up this organization. And it's just very refreshing. So that has been, I thought, like I said, that it would be all makeup, but it is not that at all.
It really isn't. What about biggest challenges?
So the biggest challenge for me, and this is something I work on a daily basis, I am, like I said earlier, I'm very goal oriented, and if I don't hit my goals, I'm very hard on myself. And what I've learned now is with a team, we're family. I mean, I want every single one of these people to achieve and surpass their goals month to month. And the hardest part for me is, we're in hyper growth right now. It is insane what's going on with us. I mean, we're just growing. Our company is exploding. And as Erin was talking about, we're about to take this international all over the world. But, there's been some months that I've fallen short a little bit, and it's okay. I have to remember that I'm human. But that's the part that's the hardest for me, is if I fail, if I do something where I've set that goal and I don't meet that goal, and then if it happens to somebody on my team, I want to be able to help everybody. sometimes that's just not physically possible. So
right. And it's like a long game, you know, like we're not in it to reach a goal and then we're out. Like this is like I don't ever intend to leave this company. So 20 years not reaching that one goal that 1 month is not going to be a big deal.
Right. No, absolutely.
So,
yes.
biggest rewards?
So I think first and foremost is just seeing lives change. You know, every day on a daily basis, multiple people, and just the excitement. You know, I had a few girls promote in the last couple of days. It's the end of the month, and you know, it's crunch time, and people are really trying to shoot for the stars the last couple of days of the month, especially to hit those goals. And you know, just seeing people get so excited about this and the passion and just the happiness, it's contagious. And so that's the first thing I would say. And then the second, which is so much fun to me, is the wow factor. When you have a, you know, one-on-one or a beauty bar or a party or a vendor event, and people try these products. I mean, it is truly unlike anything I've ever seen in my life. This makeup. I had 3 girls come over on Sunday afternoon, and I did their makeovers. And I mean, they were all just looking in the mirror like, I cannot believe this covers so well. I mean, this is just crazy. So the wow factor is amazing. And then the third, like we talked about, is the growth in myself. You know, where I am at just a year later with how much I've grown. And I feel like I push myself on a daily basis, and I'm setting my goals higher for myself. I want so much more out of life, and I know that I can get that with this company. I mean, when I started this a year ago, my husband was like, go for it. He thought I was a little bit crazy at first because we have a really busy life. He's an attorney. And then, you know, I work full time, and we're just busy people with 2 little boys that keep us so busy. But he was extremely supportive. But my first goal was he needed a new car. His car was like 15 years old, and, you know, he would have kept it for 75 years if he kept it. It got to the point where I'm like, this car is becoming dangerous. We have kids, like they're being transported. We need a new car. So my goal was, if I could just make enough money, you know, just to pay that car note per month. And I mean, it's insane, like how that just flew past. So, and it's just like that every month. I'll set a goal for myself, and then I just look back and I'm like, wow, you know, I exceeded that. Or it's just crazy how this all, because of the compensation plan, you know, they really and truly pay us our worth. They say that a lot in this company, and they truly pay us our worth. It's crazy. So the financial aspect is something that I've been really just amazed about too. I mean, it's crazy that with the career that I've had for 15 years, I mean, my salary with that is what I'm doing with Limelight now. I mean, it's so attainable. It really and truly is just.
It only took you a year, and you never did direct sales before this.
Yes, exactly.
That's crazy, because I had a conception, you know, sometimes that the people that come in and they're able to make a full-time salary that fast, well, they've been doing direct sales for a long time probably, but that's not always the case.
Exactly.
That's so awesome.
Thank you so much. And, you know, it's just one of those things where you get up every day, and, you know, there's moments. This is a tough job. I mean, it's hard. This is hard, but it's also one of those things that's so fun, so it doesn't feel hard. But, you know, with persistence, consistency, dedication, and just believing in yourself. I mean, first and foremost, believing in yourself. You know, it's just amazing how your life will change with us. And I cannot say enough amazing things about this whole experience. It's just incredible.
Awesome. Well, thanks for hopping on, Lauren.
Thank you so much. I can't wait to see you in Aruba in a few weeks.
I know. Yeah, we're both going to Aruba.
Yeah.
Thank you, Michelle, for taking us to Aruba. I can't wait to see you there in person.
Thank you so much. Have a great night. I appreciate it.
You too. Bye.
Take care.
Oh, you're a puppy. Bye. Okay, let me see. I don't know if I've seen her on here yet. Oh, there she is. Okay. The one I'm adding now is the OBG.
Hello. Which way do I go? Hi.
Hey, Mary Kay.
I am sorry that I'm literally in a hotel room right now.
Oh, that's okay.
I apologize that my lighting is probably awful, but I'm so happy to join you. How are
I
you?
am so happy you we're like, I'll jump in. Like, really? So Mary Kay is the first beauty guide, like the very first ever.
Oh, Erin,
She's the first.
I love you, girl. You know that. You've been here from the beginning with me, and you've really seen the vision from the start. And you know, when I first started this, I had no idea if anyone was going to see what I saw, but I believed in it so firmly. And it's kind of like that field of dreams. If you build it, they will come, right? And you know, you guys came, and it's so incredible that I get to work side by side with people like you. It's amazing.
Oh my gosh. Well, I would love to hear more about your story about how did you become the first beauty guide? Like, how does that even happen?
Well, you know, my name, I don't know. You know, it's such an interesting story. And it really speaks to our CEO, Michelle Gay. I mean, she really had quite a simple vision at the beginning. She just wanted to help people make more money. And when she first started sort of developing her idea of this company, she was the CEO of Alcone company, as you know, and she saw makeup artists struggle, right? So they were only like as good as their last job, as I know you as a makeup artist know. I'm not a professional makeup artist, right? But she saw that, and there were all these makeup artists that would refer customers to Alcone company every single day. And she really wanted to, you know, somehow compensate them for those referrals. So her idea was just, okay, well, why can't we help these makeup artists? A lot of background noise. Do you hear a lot of background noise?
I don't.
It sounds like echoey. Does anybody else hear that? It just sounds echoey.
You sound a little echoey to me.
I do. I'm sorry. I don't.
Okay. It's probably, you're in a hotel and you probably have crappy Wi-Fi.
I probably have crappy
all
Wi-Fi.
it is.
Okay. So,
but I can still hear you. It's fine.
Okay, good. So anyway, you know, she just really wanted to find a systematic way to compensate these incredible makeup artists for, you know, doing what they love to do in another way. So she thought, well, why can't we have them retail the makeup that they use on clients every day, right? Because, and you can tell me, I don't think you guys could do that, right? There were big palettes and all your makeup palettes were huge. There's no client or everyday woman that would ever buy that, right? So,
right. And I mean, even if we wanted to retail it, I mean, it doesn't make sense for a freelance makeup artist to retail a line of makeup like that. I mean, you'd have to buy a huge amount of stock. It'd be like setting up a mini Ulta in your trunk of your car. I mean, it's just not practical at all. Yeah.
Right. So she was really not thinking any bigger than that. And, you know, she just thought, let me think of a way that I can help these makeup artists have another stream of income. And so she came to me thinking that I would be kind of a customer, right? An ideal everyday woman. I was a stay-at-home mom, and maybe I would be somebody that would buy this makeup. And I told her that it was the worst idea in the world.
Oh my God.
I really did. I told her it was the worst idea.
Thank goodness she doesn't listen to you.
Well, you know, because I had that mentality of, if I'm not a pro, then why would I want professional makeup, right? Like if I'm not a celebrity, if I'm not a model, if I'm not walking down a runway, why do I want pro products? Like, to me, I was just very happy with what I was using, right? Like my Bobbi Brown and all of that. And so she was like, okay, I get it. Can you just try these products? And I was like, okay, I'll try them. And when she sent them to me, I was so blown away with the quality. And all I kept saying was, this is the holy grail of makeup. This is the holy grail of makeup. This is what, when I look in Style magazine, the look I try to get, right? This is what I was always looking to create, and I didn't think was possible. So when I called her, I said, listen, I think you need to think bigger. I was like, I want to sell this. I don't just want to be your customer. I want to help you. I want to sell this. And she was like, really, really? And I was like, yeah. She's like, okay, so maybe it's not just for makeup artists. Maybe this is for everyday women too. And now we have men in Limelight, and it's incredible how her vision and her idea of just helping women and men make more money doing what they love to do has turned into what's now going to be a global phenomenon, right? And, you know, I think about, Erin, all the fears I had. I had every fear in the book. I remember telling Michelle, you know what? I'll give it my best bet. I'll give it my best shot. I'll give you everything I got. But I really don't know how I'm going to do this. I'm not a makeup artist. I think I maybe had 200 Facebook friends, if that.
Okay.
I never did a network marketing company before. I had no direct sales experience. And I had family members and friends that were telling me this was plan B for losers. Like, I definitely had every fear
Ouch.
that you could possibly
Uh-oh, did we lose her? Oh,
Can you hear me?
are you back? Yes, you froze up just for a second.
Okay, sorry. I think I have lousy Wi-Fi in here, guys. I apologize that I'm in a hotel. I'm at our Florida training, and it's been a phenomenal 2 days of next level stuff for Limelight. But anyway, so I had every fear in the book. I came into this business feeling very, certainly with no skill set. Okay, so let's put it that way. I had no idea how I was going to do it, but I knew I had a secret to share with women. I knew I had products that were better than anything I had ever used before. I knew I had something that was going to help look and feel more beautiful. And I knew that I had an opportunity and compensation plan that would pay women their worth. And when you know that so deep in your core, you have to plow through those fears. You have to just say, no, I know this is it. I had this vision from day one that this will be one of the biggest brands in beauty. It will, and we're well on our way. And it just gets more and more exciting and more fabulous. And I get to learn now how to be an artist from such incredible people like yourself who successfully teach us, you know? So
yeah, that's so unique too. I mean, we have so many pro makeup artists at this company and leaders, and they share all their secrets.
100%. 100%. And, you know, I got into this and I literally just said, maybe I'll sell a couple of lip glosses, right? Like, maybe I'll just share my favorite Limelight products with my friends and family. And I now have a team of over 13,000 people selling $6 million and it's like, what if I said no, right? What if I let the fear get in my way? I was literally just at a dinner with a very good dear friend whom I've known since my childhood. I grew up with her and she lives here now in Jacksonville. And she happens to know the Millardi family. So she knows Michelle. They played soccer as kids. And we were chatting about Limelight. And she's like, you know, I think I might want to do this, but I'm a little concerned because I don't really wear makeup. You know, she's a stay-at-home mom of 3 kids, but she's looking for something more in her life, right? She's looking for something that's for her. That's an accomplishment for her. And I resonated with her so much at dinner tonight. And I've known her for a long time. And I was like, Janine, you sound exactly like me, you know, 4 short years ago. I was looking for something for me, you know. I had 3 beautiful children, a beautiful life, but I was looking for something for me. And that's what Limelight has given us. So much more care, so much more than anyone could have ever dreamed. I have created my financial security. I just bought my dream home. I think, you know, all thanks to Limelight. It's actually being decorated right now because I'm in Jacksonville.
Let me know when the guest room is ready.
You're invited. There's plenty of room.
Okay, yay.
But I think a lot of people have a lot of the same fears about network marketing. Like, can I make it work? Is it for me? Am I a makeup artist? Am I not? And the truth of the matter is Limelight is for everyone. We are a lifestyle. We are creating a community. We are creating a life that nobody thought they could live here at Limelight because of the friendships we make, the community that we develop, the culture we have really so painstakingly, you know, cultivated and created and really hold sacred. And, you know, our philanthropic, you know, tendency, you know, all we do for philanthropic causes with the Brighter Together Foundation. I mean, it's just so much more than skincare and makeup. There is something for everybody here. And to think that I might have said no, right? I might have said no to this opportunity because I wasn't a makeup artist, or I never did direct sales, or I had a small network, or my family thought it was Plan B for losers. You know, an opportunity is an opportunity, and you always get to say, I tried it and it wasn't for me. But you never get to have an opportunity present itself again. So when an
so true.
You have to walk through that door. If there is at all an inkling of maybe I could do that, or maybe that's for me, you owe it to yourself to try it. There's no death sentence. There's no get out of jail, right? Like, you're not in jail. You say yes. What is the worst that can happen, right? You find out it's
like literally the worst that will happen is you get $400 of professional makeup and skincare for $169 and free life coaching.
And life coaching and incredible relationships that will change your world.
And friendships,
for sure.
For real.
You know, but you don't get to say, it's just the regret, right? It's the regret that you live with if you don't say, let me at least try it. Let me at least see what this is all about, you know? And that's really my message to everybody tonight, is you owe it to yourself to say, if you're getting that nudge, if you're getting that feeling, if you're getting that, maybe I can do this, maybe this is for me. If you're looking for something in your life, like, you owe it to yourself to just say, I'm going to give it a shot. Limelight is for everyone. I saw that this weekend in Jacksonville, Florida. You know, we went around the room, we talked about why we're here. We talked about our inspired futures. We talked about roadblocks, right, that we're all trying to break through. And what I learned is that this is for everyone. Nobody is here for the same reason, right? And the only thing that makes the difference between, you know, the executive leaders or whatever is just grit. There's no, I don't have any secret sauce. You don't have any secret sauce, right? You don't have any, you know, extra something that I don't have. We just love what we do, and we show up every day and do it.
That's right. And we just share products we believe in and that we can stand behind, and
100%.
You know, it's a blast. It's a blast. Oh, I love this. It's so awesome.
100%. So, you know, you ask, like, how did you get into this? And honestly, it was divine intervention to a certain extent. I honestly believe that. I talk all the time about how there is this presence over this company that is just very special to me. I feel it whenever I'm in the presence of Limelight Beauty Guides. And it just keeps getting better. And I just believed in myself. I trusted in myself. I believed in Michelle's vision really, really strongly. I never wavered from that. And, you know, there's potholes, there's roadblocks, there's stumbling, you know, there's failing, there's fears, you know, they always creep in. We're only human. But I so strongly believed in what we were doing here. And I really believe that we will change the face of direct sales here at Limelight. I really believe that.
Oh, we already have, I think.
100%. And it's, we just keep, you know, doing it to another layer, to another layer, to another layer, you know, and we're seeing that every day. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Mary Kay. Are you excited? Are we going to go to Canada next?
We're going to Canada, baby. You got your passport ready?
It's ready. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's ready. I will see you in Aruba first.
You'll see me in Aruba. You know, my inspired future, which is something that we created here in Jacksonville yesterday, my inspired future is that me and my family will live in Australia as I'll be
really
there. Yeah, I really would love to take my family abroad for like a year or 2 years. And, you know,
God. Australia's on deck for fall-ish, I believe, tentatively.
You know, maybe I won't actually be living there right away. Like, you never know, but I I see it so clearly, and that's what this company does. It makes you dream bigger than you ever thought you could dream. And you know, we create our life, right? So if we're the creators of our life, we can have whatever we want, and we can create that. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take my family and have them live abroad for a year or 2 years, or, you know me, Erin, I'm the blue personality, which is all about fun and adventure.
She's the fun one.
And that's actually something that I really hope to do. And I know my Limelight business can create that for me.
Wow, that's amazing. So exciting. I'm just so excited about where this company is going.
So I'll have a room in Australia for you as well.
Okay, yay. Thanks. Just make sure you have a room for me wherever you go. Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you in Aruba.
You got it. Will I see Josh?
Yes, you will. He's going too. And Brian's going too. So on our trip last year, our husbands kind of became best friends.
Kind of geeked out.
So he'll be happy to hear Brian is coming back.
Good. So we will look forward to
Awesome.
seeing you.
All right. Well, I will see you then. Thank you so much for jumping on.
You're so welcome. Love you. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, guys. Wow. That was so fun. Anyways, okay. Well, thank you guys for joining. Anyone has any questions, please let me know. I really hope some of you in Canada, like if you hear Mary Kay talk, she was the first in the US. I cannot wait to find out who the first beauty guide in Canada is going to be. We're going to be there very soon, tentatively in about a month, which is completely crazy to me. Tentatively, but yeah, that's the plan. And we have like 16 other countries on deck after that, and there's the opportunity just right here in the US is wide open too. I mean, we've hardly scratched the surface in the United States as well. So I would love to have more of y'all talk to me about this amazing opportunity, and I hope you enjoyed hearing the stories. Okay, so thanks guys. Have a good night. Bye.